connection.
Alright, I don't know shit about Devil May Cry, so this is gonna be an experience. What do you mean continue? Oh, it makes you confirm? What I do know about this game is kind of interesting in terms of its development history, but that'll probably be for later.
Let's rock, baby.
That's the most early 2000s shit ever. Shoot and examine seem to be the same button. That's a little unfortunate.
Two millenniums ago, there was a war between the human world and the other, the underworld.
I did not expect that text scroll.
Somebody from the underworld woke up to justice and stood up against this legion alone. His name was Sparda. Later, he quietly reigned the human world and continued to preserve harmony until his death. He became a legend. The legendary Dark Knight, Sparda.
Hello? Are you from the moon? Is there context that I'm supposed to know beyond this?
Devil May Cry. Sorry, we closed at 9. Again, no password. I can't seem to get any real business.
Oh, he's so good. What?
Whoa, slow down, babe.
The door was
What do
open.
we have here? Nature calls? It's in the back.
So, you must be the handyman who'll take any dirty job. Am I correct?
Almost. I only take special jobs, if you know what I mean.
You're the man who lost a mother and a brother to evil 20 years ago. The son of the legendary Dark Knight Sparda, Mr. Dante.
Well, the way I figure it, in this business a lot of your kind comes around. And if I kill each one that comes, eventually I should hit the jackpot sooner or later.
In that case, you should be used to this sort of thing.
Are you really the son of the legendary Dark Knight Sparda? Didn't your daddy teach you how to use a sword?
Sword. Time to go to work, guys.
Well, I chose a good game to play today.
Even as a child, I had powers. There's demonic blood in me.
What strength?
You were the first one to know about my vengeance. It looks like I'm getting closer.
It seems that way, but I'm not your enemy. My name is Trish. I came here to seek your help, to put an end to the underworld.
What?
Years ago, Mundus, the Emperor of the Underworld, resurrected.
Mundus.
Yes. His His powers were sealed by Sparta. He's attempting to gain control of the human world once again. He has been preparing to open the gate on Malay Island.
The castle is above this cliff. Come on, let's go! Huh!
You agreed really quickly to come to butt fucking nowhere. I'm sorry, it's pronounced Bootfook. So you can, it looks like not wall jump, really, but jump on walls. It looks like we don't have our guns yet. Oh, yeah, we do. Okay. I can't save right now. Let me take a look at the controls again. Devil Trigger, I think, is some sort of like super mode. Oh, that's a friendly face. Is that a 1-up it just immediately gave me? Okay. I can't believe this is a place of evil. Curse of the Bloody Puppets is actually the name of my rejected movie script. And give me 1 second. I want to know something. Who's playing the organ right now? Where's the door that we came in through? Or is it right here? Okay. So that's the door we need to open, I'm assuming. Okay, never mind. A rusty key may help. I just got that kind of vibe. This is early PS2 as fuck. What is that? I tried to move the camera and it just makes him like do a taunt pose. I should probably update this so it says it's my first playthrough. Must be the Watcher of Time. Those who desire to acquire the ancient ways of war shall offer the blood of monsters in exchange. Okay, so that is a shortcut. I feel like I'm very close to figuring it out, or maybe I'm not. That jump slash noise sounds like it's way too deep for his voice. I don't know if this is like the kind of game that has a lot of missable content or not, like side quests and such. I know literally nothing about this game. The only thing I know about this game is related to Marvel vs. Capcom. That guy's got pretty cool fire, though. So it said the red orbs open stuff, right? Well, no, I want to check the hourglass first. This is not quite the action-packed start I was expecting. Extra. Oh, I see. This is the power-up room. assuming I'll get to explore the front room more in the areas we weren't able to get to later. The puppet. I heard something about some sort of curse of bloody puppets. Hmm. With prisoners and their bail amounts. I don't trust you, sir. It's always something. It is closed. Okay. Back down. How's everyone's day going so far? The title's accurate. These cursed puppets are full of blood. Are they up there again? Yep. Go down the fucking hole. There's never any way out. Need to remember to save because this is before auto-saving. 17 puppets are my master. Additions, masters are here. Well, isn't that nice and pleasant? There's a plane in here? I haven't seen that move before. Holy shit. Let's save again, so I don't have to do that again. Does that move? No. Okay. That might be useful. Rolling. Is there a place to check out my combos? They said 17 puppets, but I don't think that that was quite 17. Hello. Stylish. Give me 1 second. I'll be right with you, sir. He just wanted a high five. Is that where all that music is coming from? Judge of Death. I don't think we need to mess with any of that right now. Aw. Give me 1 second. Painting of a middle-aged man, that's pretty cool. I hear a voice. I'm Alistair. Alistair. That's the canonical ending, actually. Dante gets fucked up a lot. He's like Jesus. I haven't read the Bible. He's really trying to act like he wasn't just impaled. Let's go back. Is there like a map? Let's see what's in the central room here. We just had a rusty key, didn't we? During the late 12th century, the castle was down there now. You have the successor castle. Why am I reading this? That's a good question, Dante. I don't know. The art of alchemy. They were harvested from the feudatory. The amounts of crops harvested were never stable, and there were instances where winter crops were harvested in the summer. Aren't any books particularly interesting here? Must be another way to get there. I don't know, I was trying to think of a joke, but I couldn't think of one. Hey, Amma, how you doing? Notable prophet, when he visited this castle, it states, Pluto shall come on the... Ew. Oh, shall come on the promised date and separate heaven and earth. One with black wings of treachery shall come and stand in Pluto's way. I am a little doubtful that Dante can read. Let's not take it just yet. Happened on a hot, humid night. I've never played this before. Look, he sealed the cathedral. It is early PS2 as fuck. It's kind of great. Shotgun. Black magic and rituals from all parts of the world. But I hope that you're doing okay, sir. We're just chilling. My birthday was a few days ago. I am unconvinced as to the usefulness of the firearms. Ow. I'll need a sign. Hello? The puppets are back. What do you mean, why start with the MC1? Is there some reason I shouldn't? I usually start with the first game when I want to experience a series. If I wanted to troll people, I would start with that reboot that nobody liked. but I don't actually know anything about these games. I'm some sort of devil man. Okay, I see. I see how the devil time works. So let's go back up. The only things I really know about this game are related to Marvel vs. Capcom. Ow! I look away for 1 second and I get fisted. Quite literally. But I just generally, when I want to play a series, I just start with the first one and then go forward. So I can experience the highs and lows in order. Open the path, use thy strength to drive it back. Let's see, the only enemy I've fought has been the puppets, I think. Where the guiding souls gather. Well, the only other thing I know about Devil May Cry is that it started as a pitch for... So I strength to drive it back? Oh, they mean that literally. The only other thing I know about this game is that it started as a pitch for Resident Evil 4. Like this combat style was going to be for RE4. And then they realized how crazy that was, so they just made it its own franchise. Now where the hell am I? Hey Sammy, I hope you're having a good day. We're just trying this for the first time. Dante gets fucked up a lot more in fights than I would have expected. He's been impaled by a sword twice, and it's been like half an hour. Thank God goats are weak to shotguns. Oh, they're scissormen! They're scissoring! Come here. Take your lumps. The lack of camera control is really killing me. I'm glad that you got groceries. Hello? Little gross Spider-Man. Oh, I should save. So I've always been curious about the timeline where they actually did make Resident Evil 4 and it was like this instead of making it Devil May Cry. That would have been actually crazy. There doesn't seem to be a list of like my combos. Sin scissors, huh? It looks like, I don't know how you get them, but it looks like there's like different sections of lore that you have to find. Well, Sammy is a homie. A friend of Viper's is a friend of mine. The low-class evil spirits. You talk at the right time. Right, that's where we were before. Did we go back this way? Hello? Come here. I know you're around. Does it tell me how to use that move? What lovely ear music as opposed to mouth music. I'm just looking something up real quick. I want to see if there's pictures of the Resident Evil 4 prototype. It does not seem like it. But it looks like the main character of that Resident Evil 4 prototype was literally dressed like Dante, so it was very much tonally off. And they complained about the way RE4 made the series more actiony. They would have had a field day with this. I just took care of you. It's fine. That's powerful. Is Ninja Theory the one that made the reboot? The one with emo Dante? The only thing I know about that game is that nobody likes it. And that was the version of Dante that was in that Sony Smash Brothers game. Pretty cool. Looks like not that way. Christopher Herman! How you doing? We're just crying a little. How are you? I want to fight them again, please. Oh, that's right, we do have to go this way, but how are you doing? Well, that Sony Smash Brothers game made a lot of questionable decisions. I saw that you were talking about JoJo's earlier, and I popped in for a little bit. But we've been streaming for about an hour, and I'm playing this for the first time. And we were talking about how one of the prototypes for Resident Evil 4 became Devil May Cry, which was basically the same combat, and the main character looks like Dante. And then they realized that that was a bad idea. I think I've only seen the first 4 or 5 episodes of JoJo's. I met Speedwagon, and I think that's about it. Where does it want to stick? Oh, okay. I'm a little slow, but I got it. Well, didn't Sony Battle Royale have a problem where you could only KO people with super moves? Let's save. Dante has gotten impaled by a sword twice in the span of like an hour. And he also got a motorcycle thrown at him. But welcome Raiders, I forgot to say that. Like I always do. But you've been killing it in your streams, Mr. Herman. And I hope that you've been having a good one lately. I've just been chilling and coasting on my post-birthday month. My birthday was on the 28th. And that's very gross. Ugh. Well, this is with nothing but respect, but your problem is that you work too hard unnecessarily. And I'm glad that you're addressing that. And you seem happier doing it lately. Go back the path. Honestly, doing this as like a hobby without being able to monetize it is probably more liberating, even though I do like take this more seriously than I probably should. But if it got to the point where this was like my livelihood, I don't know if I'd be able to handle that stress. Oh no, Dante can't swim. Oh no, spooky skeleton. They knew that I wasn't being scared by the scissor ghosts, so they went a little more old school with spooky, scary skeletons that send shivers down my spine. Well, yeah, it's like I say every time, is that I am very lucky that anyone clicks on this whenever I hit that stream button. And we were playing some, well, not recently, but on my birthday we were playing some RE4 Remake. Because that is... Can I help you, sir? I don't know what I expected to pop out. I also didn't expect him to just talk to me.
What a big surprise. I hope for your sake you got something inside that big body.
Are you hitting on him? Jesus. Okay, we need to be a little more careful. Oh, these are lives. When they said that they revived you, I thought that they revived you, like, in-game. Okay, there's lives. That's good to know. I just know that Dante is chafing. This is the very first one, yeah. I've never played any of these before. So again, the only thing I know about them is that it was a prototype for Resident Evil 4, and that it had a remake by Ninja Theory that everybody hated, or a reboot, I should say. This is going better than some of the Zelda boss fights I was doing the other day. Get away, you little bitch. I really think I really did not dodge those, so I don't know why they didn't hit me. Okay, we got one more. Yes! Okay. This game doesn't like teach you any of the combos, so I feel like I'm not doing this as optimally as I could be. This game is so early PS1 that it's actually like that it actually hurts a little. So the answer is yes, you can be nostalgic for something you never played. I was gonna play some Elden Ring, but then I decided that I don't want to do that to myself right now. Aerial electrocution attacks. Elden Ring is just the base game. I've never played. I still haven't beat it, so we're not doing the DLC yet. Come on, Jesus. So what do we do now? Where does the map want us to go? Elden Ring is the farthest I've ever gotten in any Souls game. I think I've beaten maybe one or two bosses before in Demon Souls, but I've beaten two of the main bosses in Elden Ring. I beat the Grafted King and I beat the Moon Lady. Are you for real? That's the samurai one, Ishin, right? I need to get caught up on Like a Dragon. I've kind of been caught in the trap of wanting to stream stuff and falling behind and on the things that I want to stream. But Yakuza 0 was the first game I ever streamed on here. So I have a very vested interest in the series. I'm curious about the spin-off that are only in Japanese. And also the zombie one. I saw my friend Edgy Berserker playing Dead Souls, and I didn't fully understand what was going on. So we already went that way, and we didn't get much anywhere. What is the mission right now? One strength to the lion. Do we go outside to do that? Yakuza 0 is a good start, and many people consider it to be the best one. I have my PS3 somewhere around here, so I could get the localization of Dead Souls and stream off of there. I feel like this is just all the wrong way. I don't know if you were supposed to just ignore the Scorpion guy when he came back. I guess that means he's still around somewhere. I was talking about Game of the Year contenders for 2023 a couple days ago, and I didn't play all of the contenders, but I still think that RE4 is my favorite. Even though I get why people are hesitant to put a remake in their running for that. But RE4 Remake does enough different that I feel it deserves it, even though Spider-Man 2, it was also a phenomenal game. I don't think that there's anything down here for us, is there? I've only played probably, I think my current playthrough on my current console is like, for Baldur's Gate 3 is probably around 2 or 3 hours in. I've got all the party members, or all the starting party members now. I think I'm right before the part where you save the guy on the windmill or fail to save him, as the case may be. I think we need to go back to the courtyard. Well, when that happened to me the first time with the windmill, I thought I hit the brake, or I thought I did, and I thought that hitting the brake made that happen, and so I thought that there was no way to save that guy. So I just continued because I didn't realize that you could actually stop that from happening. Magical destruction will awaken him. Mufasa, is that you? Well, that escalated quickly. Okay, we do have some items. The yellow orbs kind of have the same facial expression that I did when I had to watch Madam Web. I will take the opportunity to dunk on that every chance I get. Guess I don't know if I've seen much worse, because it's like Catwoman tier bad. It's like very different from like bad MCU movies. Oh, I've won somehow. Well, I've talked about this before. Me and my dad go see every... I don't think I saw Fantastic Four from 2015, but they're on a similar... New Mutants is not as bad as Madam Web. But anyway, me and my dad go see every superhero movie that comes out. But I made an exception for Madam Web because it came out on my dad's birthday, and I decided to be a good son and not subject him to that. We did go see Morbius in theaters, which was a poor judgment call. If I had known that Jared Leto is a creep, I wouldn't have bothered to go see that one. I don't know if we're gonna see any of the other Sony Marvel movies at this point. I don't want to risk seeing someone else defeated by a Pepsi sign. I know Fantastic Four deserves to be in that same tier. I just have never seen it myself. Looking good. I had no strong opinions about New Mutants. I don't want to... We'll wait until there's like a big boss fight for me to spend more money on on that. Brightness of the guiding light will scorch you. I don't know who stuffed these puppets full of strawberry jam, but when I get my hands on them. I'm debating whether we'll even see, like, Kraven the Hunter. We're probably going to see Venom 3 just to ride out the trilogy. As if it's trying to suck me inside. They were probably used for diplomacy with the neighboring countries. I am unconvinced that anyone ever lived here. And I'm also unconvinced that Dante can read. This camera is killing me. Oh, there's stuff down here. With a guiding soul. I think the Kraven movie should just not exist at all. And it was supposed to be released, like, last year. But kept getting delayed because of the writer's strike. It's been delayed almost a full year. Not be used as a weapon. Oh, but it looks cool. Oh, do we have to stab the woman? I'm really good at that. That's true. I kind of
Stinking hole was the last place I thought I'd find anyone with some guts.
Are we going outside to fight? Or is he just leaving? What a polite man. I was gonna say before he transformed that Dante seems like the type to make out with himself. And I stand by that. Sammy, please. Fair enough. There we go. First try, baby. Am I about to lose even though I won? That's a good point. The monster reacted that way to your text, Sammy. He saw what you wrote, and he wants no part of it. Oh, I got a D, just like at school. Where the power of the melancholy soul fades away. Welcome back, Katie. Oh, not that way. Come back down. Maybe I should just load. That was not the thing that I intended to buy, but we'll go with it. I can also pull up, because I made some adjustments to my Marvel Fighting roster, or the second one. And I can pull that up in a second. After this, we can also play some Trek to Yomi. I'm feeling like after this mission, we're gonna take a little hiatus from Dante and his milkers. Sorry. Exactly. Finally, someone gets it. Dante is a man that knows what he likes. Yes. I didn't expect that to literally be the mission. Alright, let's put a pause on that and do... I forgot to had Okami lined up, but we can do that another time. Let's be depressed while we play as a samurai. And we got... This is the game that Mr. Herman actually put me onto. It's like a sort of Metroidvania style samurai game with a Kurosawa style film game and shit. And I think this is after we beat the Death Queen or something. I forget. But things got weird. I think we're trying to get back to the real world after we're in the afterlife.
ここが黄泉か。死者の地、闇の世。
This looks like the fucking Scarecrow world. Or in the Ghostbusters game when they go to like hell or whatever.
何か道があるに違いない。この妙な印、動くようだ。何か刻まれておるようじゃ。
It's weird to start introducing puzzles like, let me turn that down. Like, halfway through the game. Actually, I don't know if we're halfway. But it is like an inspired style. Even if realism has kind of gone to pot.
己の顔は覚えておる。賊よ、拙者が最初に切ったものだ。これで拙者をおののかせたつもりならば、そうではないと知れ。
Hang on. Yeah! I shot your ass. I did not mean to fire that again. He didn't expect me to have a gun. They never do. I am going to use the little person man's room very quickly. Let me leave you with some lo-fi beats and a quote. I'm gonna complain about Madam Web some more while I'm at it. The main villain, like, I don't know if they intended it to come across this way, but the main villain clearly has some sort of power that prevents other people from seeing him. You too, Mr. Herman, but he clearly has some sort of power that keeps other people from seeing him because the bystanders report Madam Web as being the one that kidnapped those girls, which doesn't make any sense at all. And if he does have the power to keep people from seeing him, it makes no sense why he would wear an evil Spider-Man costume. Not that that would make sense anyway. I saw what you did. I don't wanna.
多くの魂があまりにも早く流されてきた。貴様のせいでな。貴様はいかにしてこれを償うつもりか。
己がしごとき、拙者の誓いは消えぬ。
He killed a bunch of murderers.
必ずや戻り、残った者たちを守るのだ。
I mean, he failed to protect people, but like the people that he personally killed were all bad. I did have a concept of like making a YouTube video about the non-MCU Marvel movies, which would be appropriate with Deadpool and Wolverine coming out, but I commit myself to nothing. And when Madam Web goes up to those girls and tries to like tell them that they're in danger, the redhead one goes, "This woman's trying to abduct us," just randomly. It was for no reason. He's talking about saying worse than Madam Web. I don't know why. I guess we never watched Fan Four Stick in the theaters. Okay, let me put it to you like this, right? The Fan Four Stick might be worse, but you understand why that movie exists because it's the Fantastic Four. No one knows why Madam Web exists. Ain't nobody give a shit about no Madam Web. Well, I'd say that that's part of what makes it worse, is that there's no excuse for it. That's what I'm getting at.
何故拙者は上川村へ向かったのだ。何故愛子のそばに
It's like genuinely befuddling why Madam Web exists at all. It feels like a fever dream. They made that trash because Josh Trank got lucky with Chronicle. And regardless of how the movie turned out, it makes sense that they'd make a Fantastic Four movie, regardless of what eventually ended up happening with it. That is the point I'm trying to make. And the leaked scripts for Madam Web indicate that the original plot was going to be trying to protect and make sure that Peter Parker was born. And it's weird that we're at the place where just ripping off Terminator would have been a better idea. Stop fucking... The way that they dodge out of my way is pissing me off.
何故拙者は上川村へ向かったのだ。何故愛子のそばにとどまらなかったのだ。固く誓いを立てておきながら。
The fact that you have to hit a button to turn around. I'm pretty sure the rights expiring is the reason that they made every Fantastic Four movie. Well, I mean, the movie they ended up making is, like, irrelevant because they made a movie because they had to. But again, it's a popular IP, unlike Madam Web. And the fact that they marketed so much of the movie around those Spider Girls, and you see them in their costumes for maybe like a minute and a half, and you have no idea who the fuck they are, or why they get spider powers in the future, why you should care. My point is that if they can release Madam Web, then they can release Batgirl. I don't want to hear shit about Batgirl. I don't care how allegedly unreleasable it was. Why did I die? I know all about the Corman film. Yeah. Okay, don't stab him when he's doing his T-pose. Oh, I have. Do I have an extended combo? Bleh. Oh, I have to fight. I thought I was ready. I mean, whether or not the Fantastic Four movie is bad is kind of irrelevant to the point I was making, but I'm not disputing that it's bad and inexcusable. Hiroki or whatever his name is having a bad day. Maybe. I'm starting to suspect that you guys are not my friends. Friends don't make friends. Watch Fan Force Tip. That's a fair point. Wait, no, it's not. The fact that they can just dodge out of the way is really throwing me off. It's really gonna make me start all the way back here. There must be a shrine that I'm missing. I don't know if I agree with that statement. Not about Fantastic not having personality, but I don't know if Madam Web really does. The only personality Madam Web has is Pepsi. I'm beginning to think that this was a bad choice. What other games do we have here? Let's go with RE4 Remake. Fan4Stick did make what's his name? The owner of 20th Century Fox did decide to sell to Disney based partly on the fallout of Fan4Stick. Because the marketing for Fan 4 Stick pulled a little bit of bullshit because they tried to I know that they're both Marvel, but they mentioned MCU movies in their marketing, really trying to make you think that it was connected to the MCU. Beyond like just feeding into like layman confusion, they actively tried to make people believe that. I forgot that I gave Leon this outfit. I just know that he's sweaty.
Talk about sticking the landing.
Leon, is now really the time? Well, I feel like a lot of moviegoers are going to be confused by something like that regardless, but to actively try to capitalize on that is scummy. And it's there sir? Oh. I forgot that they turn invisible.
Body armor's not looking great.
Let's just try to move on. Is this the way we came from? Yep. And it's mainly because of Madam Web that I don't want to hear shit about Deadpool right now. They're really going to talk about Deadpool like we didn't just have to deal with Madam Web. I understand that there are valid criticisms, but I also don't care. Not when the stakes are this high. Leo. Why did I get a fish? I am in the process of learning how to edit videos to make a video about the Archie Sonic comics, which is a rabbit hole. As much as I would rather not have to talk about Ken Penders. My autism has other plans. There's so much cursed Sonic knowledge that I need to share with the people. Ooh, do I have gems to put in here? Only like a couple. I know all about Dear Sweet Kenneth. And the time that he quoted a poem about the Holocaust in the intro to a Knuckles the Echidna comic. I'm aware. Okay, we got there was a ladder there that I missed. Mr. Chris Herman hates Sonic with a passion, so I didn't want to give him the satisfaction
Give me a break.
of talking about it while he was in here. I've seen the scans of Lara Sue Chronicles, and considering that it's like because he has the official license to use a lot of the characters in the Archie Sonic comic, I was debating whether I have to talk about it. And Penders desperately wants to be able to just write Sonic again. So I might have to. There's like a... I'm hearing like a little treasure. There we go. He says that the games suck. He says that because he's bad at them. I watched him play Sonic 2. He didn't know that you could roll into a ball by holding down. He's just not good at them. But we're not gonna relitigate that right now.
Why not treat yourself, mate?
Have you seen any of the Lara Sue Chronicles stuff since the prologue finally came out? It is truly something special. Well, his other big thing is the absolute hive of degeneracy that the Sonic fandom is kind of responsible for in terms of fanfic and drawings and stuff. It's like that's true, but I don't know if you can hold that against the games. You can hold that against the fans. Well, I'm mainly asking you about Lara Sue Chronicles because I want to make sure that you know about the not one but two breastfeeding scenes that are in it. Oh, we're about to have the boss fight. I forgot all about that. Wait, there was a treasure over there?
Ooh, you have the stench of battle on you, mate.
It's not two separate scenes. It's like to show the timeline changing. It shows Julie Sue breastfeeding Lara Sue, and then it shows the other timeline version or something like that.
Suit yourself, stranger.
And this has always been the core. He also made Espio's daughter autistic while also making her naked and giving her scales where her nipples would be. And this has always been Ken Penders' problem, is that he wants his work to be like high regarded and have adult themes, but his understanding of how to present those themes, of how to present adult themes or how to write dark stuff or adult stuff is very, very juvenile. He thinks quoting stuff about the Holocaust in a furry comic makes it deep. He thinks that having nudity and talking about sex and like showing teenagers having sex in this comic makes it like adult and mature. I think Penders is getting off of Twitter, but not for the reasons that we want him to. I think he said that he was leaving because of Musk. I don't know if he has done so yet. Hang on. Oh, there you are, my beautiful. Oh, hello. Alien Cam. Oh, I forgot. I forgot to repair my knife. But I've reread been reading the first 12 or so issues of the Archie Sonic run, and I don't know if I'm actually going to talk about it or not. I forgot that they renamed that Rotor was originally named Boomer, and they changed it. Thank God.
What you buying? Easy work. Crossing your T's, dotting your I's. That's the way to be. There you are. Don't get yourself killed now.
Why is my mother playing yodeling music at 11 o'clock at night? Who hurt her that she thinks that this is acceptable behavior by anybody? You're 50 years old. Go to bed. I didn't want to bring up Jeffrey for that specific reason. And that became a problem because the ages that they were stated to be when that happened in the comic is like Jeffrey was like 20 or 21 and Sally was like 15. And I think he later tried to claim that that in his like universe those aren't the ages, which doesn't matter. That's what the ages they were in the comic that he actually wrote. And then he tried to argue that alien cultures don't have the same age of consent, which is not a train of thought that you ever need to be trying to go down to defend yourself. But someone did make a very good point. Well, not about Penders, but someone made used Penders to make a very valid argument. Is that if you want to write something and everybody thinks it's cringe and doesn't want you to, you should write it anyway. Write what you want to write. If Ken Penders doesn't have imposter syndrome, then neither should you. Is there something in here? Okay, no. I did not hit that button in time. I brought much shame upon my family. And I really don't like being against the creator that actually got the rights to their stuff, but the way, even though Archie did fuck up in that legal case, the way that he went about it is skeezy. Ah, fuck.
You're Ramon's left. Eat this.
Get away. I'm looking forward to getting to that once I get through Archie. But Penders loses all credit that he tries to get by being pro creators' rights by not really. He says that he's going to recompense the people whose art he's been reprinting for Larasu Chronicles, but I don't believe that. And he also is claiming that he has the rights to reprint all of Archie Sonic just to be a dickhead.
What's your move?
Where do we go now? Oh, hello. You look very gross today.
I think you need to chill out. Present for you. How's that? It's different, huh?
Later.
So we're playing hide and seek, is that it?
He also openly talks about how he hopes IDW goes under and tries to start shit with Ian Flynn all the time. But he hopes IDW goes under, so Sega has to come crawling back to him because he's incapable of understanding that Sega doesn't care about him or any of the prior Sonic media other than what they're currently putting out. They don't care. And now we're just killing time waiting for this eternally slow elevator. This is not health compliant at all. Do we have anything that we can do?
Here you go.
I also just think because he was kind of open about how he thought that other writers using the characters he wrote was like a deliberate snipe at him, and I don't know why he doesn't understand how writing an ongoing comic with other people works. He just really did not feel like he was taking part in a collaborative effort. He just thought everyone else was getting in his way. Because he was the first writer to start trying to take the comics semi-seriously. And that's why he was he had a following at first, is because he was the first person to do that. It didn't matter that the writing was subpar. He was the first to try to take it seriously. And he has been huffing his own farts for over 20 years. Later. I could have really handled this fight a lot better. I acknowledge that. And for context, Ken Penders is like, I think 60. He's like my dad's age. 60, 61, 62, something like that. So when he did the Holocaust thing in that Knuckles the Echidna comic, he was 40. When he was trying to defend using Anthony Mackie's picture for that human character, it's like, does he really not understand that you can't just use celebrities' photos or likenesses? When he tried to, when he threatened to sue Sega because he heard that Knuckles' dad was in the second Sonic movie, and he thinks that he owns the concept of Knuckles having a dad, or Echidna's getting superpowers, because he also thought that Jack was in the movie.
I'll make it cheap for you.
Oh, I hope that's crack. Oh, I need to change the need to change category. There we go. But the Penders is also just kind of a... He did invent a lot of echidnas. You can't take that away from the man. He created so many echidnas. But there's also just a lot of weirdness and like volatility to the Archie Sonic fandom that you can't lay on Penders' feet, because it still kind of happened even when he wasn't around. Like, what's his name? Or what's their name? The guy that wrote the comic where Sally slapped Sonic. Like, he's like, I think like a month or so ago, he still gets people like yelling at him on Twitter about it. And that was 20 years ago. And I am going to use this time to go look up some pictures real quick. Because I want to share my favorite bad Sonic artist from the Archie comics. Because Archie had a kind of behavior about it. Where it would hire people from the superhero scene, specifically artists who are used to drawing superheroes, and then asking them to draw stylized furries. So let me pull these up. So my favorite bad Sonic artist is Ron Lim, who drew this. He drew that. Hang on. He drew a little bit of this. He really leaned into... He really made people unable to ignore the fact that Sonic only has one eyeball. And he's my favorite bad Sonic artist, because he himself is actually... why are all these pictures so fucking big? Hang on. I'll just use a different picture. This is older work of his, but he's actually a good artist. He just was out of his depth in drawing Sonic characters. I think a lot of Penders' art at a certain point in the Archie comics was worse, but Ron Lim is my favorite. Well, apparently you're wrong, and Sonic is hard to draw, because that man couldn't do it. That man was clearly trying his hardest to draw Sonic, and it just was not happening.
Feeling better.
Admittedly, that was around what?
Seems like it
That was around the Sonic Adventure arc, so that was like 99.
All we've done is buy you some time.
Suppressant's effects will wear off all too soon. You ready to go?
Don't worry about me. Ashley is the priority.
In that case, we know
The wildly inconsistent art that Sonic Archie, that Archie Sonic possessed for
Hey, that was my lance. Okay,
for like 15 years, I think is a testament to
What's in it for you?
something.
no need to be suspicious.
I kind of lost my train of thought.
Help you, didn't I?
Well, that was the only picture I could find that wasn't too big for me to show. I'm having trouble resizing images. It just posts them like as big as they actually are, which is way too big for the screen. But there's lots of art that you can look up from Ron Lim. He is a good artist. Nothing like super special. He's just kind of the typical like 90s artists style.
It's a little hard for me to put my faith in someone who used to work for Umbrella.
So you heard, huh? Umbrella's done for. You don't need to worry about them anymore.
You didn't answer my question. What are you after?
I just want to feel good about myself. Make amends. Or something like that.
There's also, I forget.
Welcome. I got something new.
There's that artist that did a couple issues of Archie Sonic called Many Hands.
He's killing me.
And there's lots of debate about who Many Hands actually is, because it's almost certainly an alias for somebody.
Well, next time then.
And the issues that Many Hands worked on were quite literally unfinished. Like, there's a fight scene in the middle of a blizzard, so they don't have to draw. They don't actually have to draw the fight scene because it's just all white. And I think there's another fight scene that's in pitch darkness, so they also don't have to draw it, so it's just 6 pages of black. And this was like in a special, like, a supersized special issue that they eventually had to reissue with actual finished art.
I think that was my last one.
People never understand how much fucking lore and behind the scenes knowledge there is to these Archie comics. It's actually insane how much drama that there is.
Hey, since when was this a dead end? This used to lead to the exit.
Hey, that man drew the best Captain America picture you've ever seen. You leave him alone.
Looks like we've got company. What do you want to do?
Let's just fight. Uh-oh. Chainsaw Man. Well, then you're gonna. You can't get out of this. You're gonna learn. God damn it. Did you see? You saw Deadpool 3, right? This is relevant. No, you were gonna look at this picture, Amma, and you were gonna like it. Well, near the end of the film, no spoilers, but near the end, there is actually a reference to Rob Liefeld because he created Deadpool. Oh shit. That is a bad time for you to start talking about chests. Wait, did I get chainsawed so hard that I exploded? That was pretty dope.
Looks like we've got company. What do you want to do?
Oh, that's suplex.
There you go. Believe me, I know.
Stop blowing me up and maybe I will. Oh, we have a problem. Well, anyway, the Rob Liefeld reference was that they're in front of a near the end. They're in front of a of like a shoe store called Liefeld's something. Louise, are you okay? Oh, fuck. I am trying to pay attention. You weren't doing enough.
I'll take this one.
Nice. Not looking so good.
Is that all of them? Oh. You scared the shit out of me, Louise.
Won't open.
So, something kind of infamous in the original Resident Evil 4 is that it took place in Spain. It had a bunch of Spanish names in it that none of the voice actors could pronounce. They consistently referred to Louise here as Louis. There's not a lot of defense that you could mount for that. Hello? What the fuck? Who are you? Where did you come from?
Out of the way.
That chainsaw lady came out of fucking nowhere. Also of note is that Louise originally, well, we're not actually done with the castle yet, but he originally died way earlier in the game. Like, we already passed the point where he died in the original. And I'm seeing... Hello? That's pretty accurate. Under protest, I might watch Fan4 Stick, but I'm making no promises. And if I do, I probably won't tell you about it. Because I refuse to negotiate with terrorists.
Should make quick work of that dead end.
Ah! I thought there would be some warning. I should have thought a little bit harder about that. That is my bad. It's okay. It's okay, Alma. I'm a grown man, sorta. Okay, this time we will not stand in the path of the boulders. That probably happened to me the first time I played this too.
You handle yourself pretty well. You sure you're just a researcher?
I'm just an average guy who happens to be quite the ladies' man.
Oh no.
After you, I insist.
Such a gentleman.
Now you owe me.
Luis, heads up!
Now we're even.
Is it always like this with you?
Welp. Alright, let's see if we can do this right off the bat.
Look away! Shit, can't get through the armor.
Damn it!
It moved!
You little bitch.
Present for you. It moved!
Oh man. We're having all sorts of problems. Alright, let's see what kind of goodies we have in here. Oh, I missed him.
It moved!
I regret most things in my life, actually. Cutest Tootsies. You weird little man.
Here you go. It moved!
Got him!
This other one's not gonna be easy.
But thanks again, everybody, for stopping by. You've all been beautiful, and we're probably gonna call it after whatever this one is. Well, you can only get one of them over the vent, right? Or is that might be the remake? I don't know. Or I mean, I said remake. I meant the original. I need to pick up first aid sprays the next time that we stop by the merchant.
Leon! Over here!
Well, I believe in the original that the vent, like, clogs or something. Are you gonna throw that shit?
What are you doing?
Gotcha! You're gross! I don't want the camera right up his gooch. In fact, I would think of all the things that I want. That's probably the least of them. Yes! One try, baby. Oh. Get through where? Okay. And we can finish off our little clown.
Come on.
Ugh, I ate too much ramen.
How's it look?
My tummy hurts, but I'm being brave about it.
Keeping those things cooped up down here, too?
The underground here is sacred to them. See, this is where they discovered Las Plagas. Preserved inside ancient deposits of amber.
Of course they did.
Hey, don't question the plot, Leon. You know better.
You're not suggesting we ride this thing.
Do you see any?
All right, let's see. What time is it? Okay, so I don't think anyone I know is streaming, but let me double check. No. Nope. So we'll about call it for right now. Thank you, all you beautiful people. Everybody take easy and stay safe.